Continuing our series on playoff basketball, we're going to look at the Lakers versus the Timberwolves this time. So the first thing of note is the Lakers and Timberwolves went 2-2 in the regular season, but not all those games were with Luka. I think it was 1-1 with Luka or 0-1 with Luka. And obviously, in my opinion, at least the Lakers are much, much better with Luka, so I think that impacts a lot. However, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Lakers on defense. And I think it's crucial that these are all highlights, so they're going to be made shots, but this shows the idea of what the Lakers are going to do on offense. So there are 3 players for Minnesota that don't shoot the ball well on the perimeter, and those are McDaniels, Randall, and Gobert. So we can see on this drive right here, as soon as Naz Reid gets to the middle, he faces immense traffic, 3 players in the middle. And I think that's part of a calculated strategy I think JJ Redick's going to continue with, and that is the Lakers are going to help off of shooters, some shooters, but especially their non-shooters on the outside to make sure you don't get any Anthony Edwards dunks at the rim, essentially. That being said, is Anthony Edwards going to dunk at the rim? Yeah, he's going to. It's going to happen for sure. However, the idea is if you can limit it and or force tough shots on the outside, then it's going to be a win. So we can see on this potential drive right here, Luka shifted over aggressively already, and I think the Lakers are just going to stick with this. I think they are going to shift over and help aggressively trying to force. This kind of shot is exactly what the Lakers want. That is 100% what the Lakers want. And so the other thing that you can afford to do is so you see the help early, but when this ball is going to get eventually kicked out over here, you can afford to fly by their bad shooters. Okay, so ball gets kicked out, swung. And so now Austin Reeves is in a situation, he's like, well, this is a good shooter. Let me close out. I'm going to close out hard and I'm going to fly by a little bit. And that's fine because we have help on the inside. Okay, so the Lakers are going to be content with this and simply rotate behind, shading towards their bad shooters or shading towards their good shooters and making every shot that Minnesota takes difficult on offense. And then on the other end, I think in particular the Timberwolves are very good one-on-one defenders. I don't think they're very good team defenders. I don't think they rotate super well, and I think they make some mistakes. So first off, conceding the switch right here is a dangerous ballgame. We talked about that with Jalen Brunson and the Pistons conceding the switch, but Naz Reid conceding the switch and simply saying Luka one-on-one, that is extremely dangerous. And I think Luka's going to win that matchup quite a bit. And then the other option is LeBron James. And so Anthony Edwards is probably fine. He can match up physically with him. However, the rest of the players on the floor, if you're not Gobert, if you're not Randall, if you're not one of the McDaniels, maybe like one of the bigger, long, athletic defenders, you're going to have a lot of trouble with LeBron on the inside. And so here I think it's Dillingham gets caught up with him, and like that's not going to work, you know? It's like LeBron's physicality and Luka's, shiftiness is going to cause a lot of issues one-on-one, and so unless they can figure out like a team solution, I think that's going to be extremely tough for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I actually think that this matchup looks kind of close, but I lean Lakers, and I'm going to say Lakers in 5. I think it's going to be pretty healthy dose of Luka, LeBron, and decent defense forcing difficult shots from Minnesota. If you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. Feel free to let me know your predictions in the comments. Bless.